And in the mid game, you play around like jumping this Veno, and now the Ursa doesn't need to be the primary one to jump either. Liquid's heroes are pretty easy to jump into for a Storm, so he can start the fight if he has a good lane or a decent game, and then Ursa can kind of come in later into the fight and explode some Ench or explode a Venomancer, you know, if he snuck around the wards and coming from the back or something like that.
So you just rather finish it out with maybe the Earth Spirit, something that stuns, because there's very little stuns with EG right now.
Yeah, someone that can help lane with the Weaver, I think, because these kind of squishier ranged heroes, the Pot and Weaver, we've seen them have like trouble in this tournament playing against Ogre in the lane, because like they just don't deal enough damage. He kind of like, just goes up and whacks them.
What does Liquid have to do against the Storm Spirit pick then in this case, right? They have one pick left.
I mean, generally we would say pick some stuns. That would be a good start.
I mean, that one even I could have said winner if we're going to keep it that generic.
Well, I wanted to mention the Invoker because we just have seen Invoker do so well against Storm Spirit in the last series, but obviously banned out by the Evil Genius.
There you go. Yeah, they're thinking ahead of that as well. Of course, Liquid last ban was Tusk. Not wanting to deal with that, being able to come in all at once. Well, Liquid does have the very last pick. They have the 10th pick.
5 seconds remaining.
I mean, the other option would be Shaker right now for them, apart from the Earth Spirit. I think Shaker would be also pretty okay to solve some of their problems with the lacking in stuns, and you'll be able to help the lane at the same time.
I could see Liquid potentially go for something like the Huskar and, you know, just say, you know, screw it, we're not getting any stuns, we're not getting any disables, and we're going to play off of timing, we're going to play off of lanes, and we're going to walk down
you are
the middle
that
of your base.
Huskar picker.
That's me.
But that's why I like the idea of Evil Genius is having the Lich. So potentially if they try to cheese it with Huskar last pick, they can just send Lich to help them mid, right?
Yeah, it definitely helps, for sure.
Just to mitigate that a little bit, of course. Like you said, CCNC, that's pretty dependent on Liquid playing around certain timings.
Oh my god. I think I'm with Quinn here. I think the Huskar still looks really, really
I definitely
juicy.
like the Huskar idea too.
All right. Well, I mean, not much time for Liquid. They've spent a lot of their time earlier on in the draft trying to navigate around this first game against EG.
5 seconds remaining.
Just go all in.
Hiroki on the screen.
Liquid kind of like lacks some wave clear and some real carry and stuff, but I think it's kind of hard to get all of that in this last pick.
Yeah, you just don't care anymore. You just go all out.
Yeah.
You're at this point where you just go all out in the laning phase.
I mean, you're committed at this point, it seems. There's not much of an answer around it. Oh!
That's new.
Okay.
CK mid? Maybe? That'd be high.
CK coming out as the last pick from Liquid. And there we have it. There's the draft. We're about to get into the first game of the series. And to break it down a little further, we have Nahaz.
Thank you, Chobra. This matchup features arguably the two most storied franchises in Western Dota 2 history. Over 150 combined wins at the International. These two teams behind only LGD, who waits in the wings in the lower bracket final tomorrow. Of course, great teams made up of great players. Miracle and Sumail, the only two players at TI8 averaging better than a kill per 4 minutes of 150 players with 25 or more career games at the International. They are the only two to average 9 or more kills a game. And of course, the supports, GH and Crit, both leading in assist rate, better than 1 assist per 2 minutes of the tournament. Liquid has tapped the GH IO 28-11 all-time on land. EG coming back with the Sumail Storm 31-13, eliminated Virtus Pro in their match the other night. Guys, we have one hell of a series on hand. The two premier Western Dota 2 franchises, and we've got two great casters to bring it to you. Put your hands together for Dota Capitalist and Blitz.
It was 1 year ago that Liquid dropped down to the lower bracket and made a historic run through and established themselves as the kings of Dota. They look to do it this year a second time, but here Evil Geniuses stands in their way. One man in particular in his hometown looks to be able to knock Liquid down a peg and stop their rampage through this lower bracket, and that is Arteezy.
Yeah, he is the prodigal son of Vancouver. He lives 20 minutes away from here. He's in the top 4, trying to play his way to a grand finals.
And his story's pretty much always been like, hey, he seems like a pretty good player, but he's never really made it to the top. Well, in order to get there, you have to take on some of the best, and there's no doubt that Liquid is one of the best as we head into this game number 1. Liquid picking up a last pick Chaos Knight. That certainly came as a huge surprise to me. What is that? Evil Geniuses. They're apparently channeling their Bulba. 4 of them have their coach as their profile picture.
Yeah, they absolutely love Bulba. I mean, this guy, he quit his playing career this year when Arteezy needed help. He said, I'm going to come help you. I want to see us win TI together. What a story that would be if they actually make it towards the end.
But on the other side, Liquid, they have been a really scary force. And the last time these two faced up against each other, it was a pretty one-sided affair to Liquid. They managed just 2-0 Evil Geniuses. What do you think about the last big Chaos Knight, though? That was certainly a hero a little bit out of the mana. Bit of a surprise.
I think it's really good against the Storm Spirit. It's really good against Weaver, at least in the early game before he gets his Lincoln Sphere. It's high armor, high damage. You have a very good stun.
Illusion heroes always kind of beneficial against the Ursa as well, right? That single target focus.
Yeah, absolutely.
It seems like a very fast-paced lineup, though, between the Enchantress and Venomancer cores as well. At least from my point of view, it looks like they're going to have to take this game fast and really never give up control.
Yes, because what EG does best is they slightly outgreed you, they snowball in lanes, and it becomes very hard to fight them in the mid-game. But Sumail Storm Spirit, seen this guy carry many a game. He's going to be up against the Matamba Man Venomancer, the hero that Matu almost won, well, did win TI with.
Yeah, he has...
Him and his Veno Necro Broodmother face.
Yes, where he just had all the most disgusting heroes. S4 is going to be playing the Weaver, and they are going to try and stop him from getting to that tier 1 tower. Of course, trying to stop a Shukuchi Weaver. That's not really going to work. Looks like they're going to go and start off with a bit of an aggro tri-lane. I'm sure Kuro's going to wander into that mid lane and try and make Sumail's life hell, as a Venomancer plus an Ogre sounds really difficult to deal with. That will leave a solo mind control here at the top lane as the Enchantress, Dark Willow, and Arteezy's Ursa looking to zone mind control out as fast as possible.
I think it's actually a lot harder to play this Ogre in this mid lane. You can only really do it, I think, if you're on Dire side, because you can get behind the tower like this, get a few hits off. But the amount of mobility that you have, it just cuts off so quickly. As you see, Fiorelli is entering the range as Sumail gonna hit back a little bit, and the wave just pushes right back towards you anyways.
Yeah. You've mentioned that a couple times, how this mid lane is so much harder to play for supports, and that has led us to mostly a 1 versus 1 mid meta.
Yeah, that's why we see Sumail back here. If you see that Kuro, he doesn't really feel comfortable. Like when he's in this range, he's just going to get hit by the tower.
Right.
So Ogre is a lane harasser in mid, just isn't as successful as he used to be.
But he doesn't really have anywhere else to go, right? And I don't think he really wants to be in the top lane up against the Willow Ursa. And anything to be able to slow down the Storm Spirit, who I'm presuming is going to be kind of the game winner for Evil Geniuses if they can take this.
Yeah, absolutely. But he's not even slowing him down. Matu's only at 5 CS.
Yeah, what is this? How is Sumail sitting 11-0 in a 1 versus 2 bottom lane? They do manage to get a 2-second stun onto Fly. Lich will be able to get the healing salve off, keeping himself alive.
Miracle's getting stuck here.
They just end up dying here. S4 is going to be able to get some more damage onto him. Unfortunately, GH had a full healing salve going himself, and S4 doesn't dare to get in range of that sentry that was out and try and stop
S4's out of mana.
Now he's going to be pulled back. S4 doesn't really have a way to be able to escape this. A lot of damage coming in.
1 second for the Shukuchi
trees, and GH managed to snag the last hit, giving him the first blood. Top lane, mind control, chase down underneath that tower, but unlike S4, he will be able to get away.
This bottom lane being harassed heavy. Fly just needs some levels before he can really do anything to challenge this lane as mid lane. Sumail gonna get galed up, but Kuro gonna make the long rotation in as top.
First crown, allowing Arteezy to be able to get some hits in. Trying to dive him underneath the tower. He actually went to the south mid lane. Sumail turns around, almost kills Matamba Man. Now Kuro looks to be able to finish him off. Matamba Man couldn't get the kill because of the fairy fire, so he leaves it to his captain.
So far, so good for Team Liquid, as this mid lane needs to go very well. Veno, when it comes to the mid game, doesn't really handle Storm the best.
Tried to get the last hit there with the Shukuchi. Missed out on it, denied range creep. Really going to hurt S4, as you can already see how GH and Miracle are a bit ahead in experience. It's Chaos Knight, as you said, proving to be a pretty potent power against this Weaver.
I think you should always try to aggro.
But now, S4 coming from behind, will be able to get the carapace onto GH. Fly tries to slow him down. S4 should be able to catch up to him once the next Shukuchi is up. Will be able to get the kill. 1-for-1 trade up, but GH was worth a lot more than Fly. Meanwhile, top lane, do manage to get a good Brambles out from Crit. That'll slow down Mind Control, and Arteezy should be able to chase him down. Kuro's trying to come in to help him out. They actually went the wrong direction, and with the Wisp coming in, he actually broke down so many trees that Mind Control has a clear way out of here. In fact, it's going to be Crit who may be left behind. He's trying to draw the attention of Liquid. Now dances the other way. Hit by the ball, will be slowed down. Does have the Shadow Realm TP out. So manages to draw attention to himself. Still escapes.
That rotation is really going to hurt Miracle, as he doesn't really want to be here 1v1 against S4. And what you really want as a Weaver is to not be aggro, because you need levels. Level 1 Shikuchi is absolutely garbage. It's got a 12-second cooldown. But once you start to hit level 5, once you start to get that level advantage on Weaver, then you get to 1v1 offlaners. As you see Miracle throw out the stun, but by himself not really representing a threat, as Fly is going to take good advantage of this. They're going to pump out some levels, try to get S4 that experience advantage.
S4 does have the Shikuchi, won't go for the dive though. Picked up an early raindrop to try and protect himself against that burst. Mind Control hit by the Curse Crown. Arteezy's pretty far away. In fact, he will give up on that chase. They're just going to try and establish control of the 5-minute bounty runes as they come up. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Fly's trying to do the same. They do manage to get the swarm and finish off the Chaos Knight pretty quickly. S4 will chase the Wisp away. Looking to be able to grab those bounty runes, so it looks like EG will be able to get 3 out of 4. It's only Kuro behind enemy lines will be able to pick up the other one.
He's got to be careful here. He could get sandwiched, but he's going to go the way of Crit. He does not want to go there, as Sumail has hit level 6. Gale ticking him down, but should be just fine. He's got a salve on him too, and the full bottle once Fly passes it back to him.
I like how he went back for another Fairy Fire. Really looking at the outplay, but it's going to be caught with a double stun. And it's only a 1-second stun, though. He is able to jump away, pull back in by Miracle, and he will barely live. Miracle hoping to be able to chase him down. He's so close. Sumail heals up a bit more, though, and Miracle is now underneath the tower. Fortunately, there's no TPs from Evil Geniuses, so they'll leave Fly to die. But the big bounty was on Sumail's Storm Spirit, and Liquid barely missed out.
That was a 4-man rotation at 5 minutes. This is what Liquid does. They try to pressure the lanes as much as possible. They want to remain fluid. And look at this, Miracle coming in with GH towards this top lane. Gonna pop the Shrine, and immediately they're just hunting now.
Mind Control is gonna try and bait it out, but he can't die too soon. Gets the heal out, the Brambles manage to dodge all of those. The sun comes out, but now GH is here, and Arteezy's gonna be caught, pulled in by Miracle. Gets the stun out. They just look to be able to slow him down, and all he has is Earthshock to be able to slow down Miracle in return, but he's eventually gonna catch up. Miracle does have another stun coming up. It's gonna be a 2-second stun. One more hit, that's gonna be enough to finish him off. Crit's gonna be up next. Curse round does stun the 2 of the cores though, and Crit will be able to get out as a result.
And you see Miracle doesn't really want to lane bottom lane, so he's just gonna go around, force the rotations, as Mind Control now going to switch lanes.
He was trying to sneak in a kill on GH though. DP's back. So instead he's going to go for Miracle again, leaving Miracle alone here. The Curse Crown stun, follow up with the Brambles. Easy latch down, turn around for the 1-second stun, but Arteezy is not deterred. He that kill. Mid lane, whoa, a long jump in. We're going to have Sumail Stormshare trying to kill Matamba Man here. Even next to Kuro, he managed to dodge the Ignite, can't dodge the stun though. And Sumail has one last little bit of jump. The raindrops actually saved Matamba Man. And Sumail, he will pay for his overzealous reactions. He tries to jump and take the 1v1, but Kuro denies him that. Matamba Man lives once again.
I feel like Sumail, that was a frustration jump. It's very easy for anybody to make the rotation and save Matamba Man there. Matamba Man still has raindrops, and he's got a wand to play with. Sumail, I think he's a little bit frustrated at the pressure that he's seen in this game so far.
Feels like Liquid are definitely getting a lot more kills out of this map, but the CS score in the favor of Evil Geniuses. That's why they need big-time kills like Arteezy, and they will be able to bring him down. Sumail's going to jump in, see if he can actually get the GH's Wisp first. They have the Curse Crown on him, so GH gets the long tether away. He's going to try and get out, but he can't quite make. Kuro, he's going to be up next, slowed down by Fly. Miracle's thinking about coming back into this one. Kuro going to go for the TP out. It's going to be a close call, barely escapes. Reading that they had no more stuns left. And that's just space for Matamba Man now. He begins that ward pressure on the mid tower.
He's got 3 levels of it so far. Just hit level 8. Sumail doesn't really have the best mana pool to work with. There is a regen rune at bottom, but he won't know about that as at top.
They keep on trying to pressure Miracle, but 2 supports in lane. That just is free food for the Chaos Knight. S4 trying to get some damage onto Mind Control where he can. Apparently Ursa not feeling like he could do much. We look back at the way Sumail was just so close to getting Matamba Man. It was the raindrop that really made the difference.
Yeah, you see the frustration right there on his face. Thought that he should have had that kill, but Sumail, it's never just a straight one-on-one as Miracle getting gone on top.
First Crown leading off does have the Brambles as well as the Shadow Realm for that extra burst of magic damage. Miracle's already taken so much. GH is going to try and come in and save him. Swarm goes out. Miracle's already taken so much, but they turn around. They're 2 mid-second stun. They almost finish off S4, and they do. Miracle survives, claims the head of S4, and Evil Geniuses, they seem to have nothing. They can't even get a grip on this game whatsoever. They're just constantly being outmaneuvered by Liquid in this GH Wisp.
Yeah, Liquid has been everywhere. They've been lane swapping as EG is kind of holding steady so far. Not really rotating too much. That might be Sumail's job this game. Might want to play a little bit more active than he normally does. You can't just farm the jungle, especially not against this Veno mid, who's just going to push down your towers with these Plague Wards. Surely but slowly. And that's why they're going to leave Fly here in this mid lane, and Sumail going to get active. TPing to this camp. Maybe he waits for his Weaver to come too, but now he's just going to swap positions with Fly, who does have a smoke on him.
And Fly does have his level 6. So
I feel like they should just go top right now.
we may finally see the impact of the Lich in these team fights and stun. Throwing on a crit, he does have a Shadow Realm. The exact takes a lot of damage, but now Sumail's going to jump in. The Terrorize immediately put onto the campsite.
The Chain Frost is good.
Phantasm, the Chain Frost, so it's both of them down. Matamba Man will be able to get away, though. Again, a lack of stuns, but GH in the back lines, S4, he hunts the real kill. GH's Wisp has been so powerful in this game, constantly winning lanes with his rotations, but S4 will be able to bring an end to his life here.
I really like that play by EG. The Bounty Rune's about to spawn. You know that top pressure is coming. Liquid, they believe themselves to be strong there. They think it's going to be a straight up 3-on-3 fight, but this time around EG, willing to rotate more numbers. And that's what I want out of Sumail this game. Rather than going for the more farmy Storm Spirit, you have to help out your other lanes because they are struggling.
And that kind of abuses the fact that both Venomancer and Enchantress are relatively static heroes, right? They like to just be able to win their lane and keep winning their lane over and over and over again, rather than rotating around.
Yeah, I mean, Matamba Man wants to take down this mid tower before he moves anywhere. Mind Control is in a similar boat where he wants to push down this bottom tower with this double siege wagon. And so it's up to EG to make a lot of space during this time. As Sumail, he's faking it right now. He wants to go on to Matamba Man. He does have the level of pull. Here he goes. He's got wand charges to work with too.
Coming in, trying to save Matamba Man, but it might not be enough. Managed to get a magic wand, and now Sumail's gonna be 2 seconds stun. He's dead. Matamba Man just keeps on baiting Sumail in time and time again. S4 tries to do something at the top lane, just forces Kuro to TP back. Now we'll have to retreat as the relocate pulls Miracle back into lane.
And as a Storm player, that frustration has to build, because that looks like a free kill for yourself. But once again, just getting interrupted at the last moment.
And this has always been Matamba Man's specialty, right? This is why he played those Necrophoses and Venomancers, because he annoys his opponents into going on him. They try and go for the kill, and he relies on his teammates to be able to save the day.
Yeah, you better believe that Sumail is getting frustrated.
Finally, Mind Control will be able to finish off that tower. Left alone. Has a good amount of farm. Actually, no, he's pretty far down there.
See, this is the scary part now, though. They've claimed this bottom tier 1 tower. They're going to eventually play for this mid tier 1 tower. And once you take both of those, the game becomes really difficult for EG to play. Because you've got 3 heroes that want to farm, but you're only going to have this space to work with.
And that's also why Kuro is coming in with such aggressive vision. After you take that tier 1 tower, you get some nice vision down. It really helps control that Radiant jungle area.
GH and Miracle just farming up this camp together.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
S4 is still leading the network chart, though, at 5K. So overall, the game is slightly in the favor of Liquid. S4 is going to try and do the same thing here, try and take that tier 1 tower. Liquid, they understand the strategy. They are not really going to try and defend that. Bigger focus on the mid lane, right? They're almost ready to go with the relocate as well. So Fly will try and pull the creeps off the tower constantly.
You see how they're all just stacked up in this area farming the same jungle camp? That's the downside of you losing your bottom tower early on.
Right.
So EG have to do the same thing, establish control in that top lane, and now it's going to be a battle for this mid lane. This is what Liquid love to do. If you take both these towers early on, you can exert a lot of pressure. And that's what we saw LGD do. They beat them back every single time.
S4 kind of toying with GH and Miracle, feeling like alone can handle the two.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
What are we waiting for farm-wise for either team?
And for EG, you want the Blink Dagger on RTZ so he can jump.
Don't really have a better form of initiation, seeing as Sumail hasn't had a great grain. No, crits! Shadow Realm, but they do have the spirits out from GH, and he will just run down that Dark Willow. They're gonna come back in though. GH better not bring in Miracle, because this is gonna be a slaughter. Sure enough, GH tries to tether away just to be able to buy a little bit more space, a little bit more time before the inevitable. He does manage to wand up that last hit, but S4 runs him down with the Shikuchi.
They might lose the bottom tier 2 tower for this. This is a good feint as Sumail continues to have to stay in this mid lane, deal with the Venom wards and the pressure. He doesn't want to lose his tower. Not for free anyways. And Kuro gonna make the rotation around. They won't have enough damage, but if they can even force him off this tower and take it, that's exactly what they're trying to do.
A bunch of poison on him. He's gonna make some long jumps away. Kuro tries to position himself to catch Sumail there.
They're gonna lose the tower for this, and this is exactly what Matama Man wanted to do. The kill attempt is secondary for grabbing this tower.
Fly tries to come in and save it with some frost armor, but he can't really put his hero into position there. He may just die immediately. Tower survives a bit longer. It's in deny range now. The rest of Evil Geniuses are coming in, but so is Liquid. Tower is forfeit. Kuro picks up the bounty. And Arteezy still not ready to go. Still needs another 250 gold until he has that Blink Dagger.
He's gonna get a lot closer with these bounty runes, but now strategically I'd say Liquid is slightly ahead because they have taken these towers. When it comes to pure farm, EG's lineup is almost always just a little bit greedier. And that's why you see things are still pretty close.
So you would judge kind of like the pace of the game going exactly as it should, that Liquid, because they're the better pressure team early, just
they might lose Matama Man here though.
Matama Man, he doesn't have the Poison Nova, doesn't really have anything to stop EG from going on him, but GH does manage to slow down some of the damage. Unfortunately, he's going to be caught as well. A stun out onto the Weaver, mind control, lays some damage onto him with the impetus shots, but time lapses away.
Just a weird position for Matama Man to get caught up in as Crit even going to run into Miracle here. He's pinging like crazy. He wants his team to come in. He knows that he's separated from the rest of the pack.
Yeah, the Shrine right there, 2-second stun. Miracle is going to try and turn, but the Shadow Realm, now the Cursed Crown. Miracle is going to be caught by this Dark Willow. Tries to throw out, manages to turn, blows up the Dark Willow. What a beautiful play from Miracle. Getting rid of the Cursed Crown at the last second. It might be able to pick up the extra kill as well. A big bait by Miracle, and it's Liquid who come in just in time. Now the relocate into mid lane. Oh, canceled there by GH. Decides against going for the kill on Fly.
Miracle continues to just farm in this jungle side, placing a lot of pressure down here. If Matama Man doesn't die there, they are so far ahead, but Arteezy's gonna get his Blink Dagger now. Not the easiest place to fight into though, against this Venomancer.
GH being just a nice lad, as he always is, brought in the Hurricane Pike, or the Dragon Lance rather, for the mind control Enchantress.
As you see the circles being drawn.
Look back at that bait. Look at Miracle popping it at the last second. That Phantasm getting rid of the Cursed Crown, dodges that stun, turns around and kills the Weaver as well. Such a sick bait. Crit. That delayed stun placed onto Kuro. Liquid are trying to bait him out right now. Evil Genius not gonna fall for it. Maybe they will. The Shadow Realm goes off. He's gonna have to terrorize his way out of here. Miracle is gonna be hit by that one. The Bedlam goes down. They're actually gonna try and kill the Chaos Knight with Sumail coming in. It's gonna be a close call. Miracle's not gonna be able to get away. A huge Poison Nova goes down. Kuro's gonna be hit by the Chain Frost. Bounces back over to Sumail. Sumail is still with the Poison Nova on him. Will be able to finish up the Wisp, but the Chain Frost is still going. The Chain Frost bouncing around to the neutrals. Time lapse going down. S4 has taken so much damage over time that he can't commit to the kill onto Matama Man. A 3-for-3 exchange as it starts with them killing the Chaos Knight. But that Poison Nova, the damage over time just did its work against Evil Geniuses, and they couldn't outright win the engagement.
Core, both supports dying on either side. But that is going to benefit Liquid a little bit more here. S4 made the rotation in. Now this bottom lane is going to get pushed out by the CK Wisp combination, who do have relocate in 5 short seconds. So maybe Liquid just go for another play.
A little bit surprised that S4 isn't going for the Lincolns. A perfect 50-50 match we got on our hands here, William.
We haven't seen a lot of those.
Yeah, Dota Plus.
I never doubt Dota Plus anymore, by the way. After this tournament, whoever it says is winning, I pretty much just blindly trust that analysis.
All right, well now it's Liquid. Just those couple of creeps made the difference. S4 coming forward, looking to be able to get a swarm on Motumba Man, maybe if he's out of position. Here's the kill squad right here. TZ with his Blink Dagger. Everyone from Liquid has to play a little careful around that guy.
I think EG don't really want to take a fight, straight up.
Yeah.
I think it's really awkward for them when RTZ doesn't have BKB, and Sumail just needs more items. I haven't seen this guy this underfarmed in quite some time. He's behind every other core in this game. And it's because he's had to make so many rotations. They need his jump to start the fight before RTZ had Blink Dagger.
Yeah.
And without his mid tower, he can't really just comfortably farm his jungle either anymore.
And now RTZ's at a point because the Venomancer and everything feels like he still doesn't want to start fights until he has that magic immunity.
This is just an awkward Ursa game for him because he just needs item after item. That's why he expected, I think, the laning phase to go a lot better for himself. But with the rotations that Liquid made, that made things a little bit more difficult for them as both teams playing around this topside area. Sumail still mid.
Radiant are scanning.
GH trying to get to his buddy right now so that they could relocate if needed.
Visibility rune. Teamed out by Crit. They're going to give it to Sumail, so maybe he can set up a kill here in this jungle area. Team Liquid still kind of farming that. But you're right, they really don't want to take a fight. Orchid's coming up for Sumail. Again, the BKB for RTZ. They'll want to wait off those items. Do you think Liquid is okay with the game slowing down as well?
I think so, because they have good control factors. And their cores also scale. They're eventually going to have to worry about how this Weaver's going to play. They only really have 2 stuns. And getting the Ogre stun off late game, I mean, the cast range on it is so bad.
Maelstrom build for S4. Gonna help a little bit against the illusions, that big burst damage against the IO as well. Fly's gonna be forced to TP out.
And this is gonna signal a retreat from EG's end as RTZ barely doesn't get hit by the Wisp Spirits.
If he had, Miracle probably would have chased him down. So, Liquid regain control of their own jungle, push out the top lane, but what are they gonna do with that? What's the point of that kind of play?
I think they want to establish control around this Roshan area.
Yeah.
Maybe even take the tier 1 tower at top.
The enemy team has a Ursa. You want to prevent him from securing that Aegis early.
If you can do it first. They've got the Alpha Wolf too.
Yeah.
But I don't think it goes nearly fast enough. EG's going to make their way up. They're smoked. Both teams smoked up here.
Smoke's going to pop onto Crit. Shadow Realm. He saw that pullback coming. Reality Rift not going to be there, but now Crit no longer has that defensive measure. There is Frost Armor on everyone.
He's got it max. He's going to have it back up right now as S4 thinking about poking and checking the HP of it. RTZ taking advantage of this time. I don't think they really want to commit to a full fight here, but if they can keep them away from Roshan, this would be a win for them.
We've seen from our earlier series how important it is to be able to take down the Dark Willow first in these engagements because of that team fight control that Terrorize offers.
They just don't have the jump for it though.
Yeah.
I think that's where EG will feel very comfortable in this game, is they have 2 different ways to jump. They've got a very mobile hero in this Weaver. So even though their lineup, it feels a little bit greedier when it came to the lanes, when it comes to actually dealing out their damage, it's much easier for EG. And that's why Liquid, they need some of these objectives. They need to boost their gold.
Relocate to bottom lane. They're just going to push out the lane. That's all they're looking for. They still want to maintain control over that Roshan pit while simultaneously getting some pressure out on the opposite side of the map.
You see that S4 is just going really deep here. What he's trying to do is force heroes away so that RTZ can get his BKB before they take the fight.
Right.
Like, there's no reason for him to take this fight when he's 300 gold away from BKB. That's why S4, he played this brilliantly. He just holds that Roshan area. He sends out bugs. He tries to get them to commit to him instead.
It does seem like Liquid are a bit frustrated because they're probably reading the same thing, right? They're saying, once this BKB is up on RTZ, the fight's going to be so much harder. Let's take this Roshan now, but the damage just hasn't been good enough. Now it looks like with the Phantasm Path, the long jump in from Sumail, whoa! Jumps in there, pokes his head out, but it's going to be Liquid taking that Aegis. Miracle will get it. So all the frustration aside, finally, the goal is achieved for Liquid.
Top, RTZ does get the blink off before the hits. And that just comes down to S4. He went completely the other way. He went the long way around. If he holds that area roughly, just throws in bugs, I feel like it's harder for Liquid to just take that Roshan for free.
Yeah. They needed the vision inside of the pit, right? That's why Sumail just kind of makes that bold maneuver like that.
And Arteezy, he's spotted by this ward. Thought about making the jump onto Matoma Man, who doesn't have that Force Staff, but does have the Heaven's Halberd.
Evil Genius is getting so much more out of the side lanes here. As you can see, S4 farming up that Ancient stack, crit, pushed in the bottom lane, got the tier 1 tower. That's kind of the trade-off for them giving up the Aegis.
I'd imagine pace-wise, yes, it's going to be hard for your Ursa to get out his damage, but the more farm this Storm gets, the more farm this Weaver gets, it's going to be a really easy game for them to play.
But now we've got a different form of initiation coming in. Matamba Man is going to go for the Blink Dagger, probably pick it up from the side shop here.
Yeah, I'd kind of like him to go Blink BKB Hex, some sort of build like that.
You want that, like, hard lockdown, right?
Yes. Just being able to jump Sumail instantly. You have to force Sumail to go for some kind of defensive item. I think he realizes because everything is so slow, he can get away with going for the Kaya into the Orchid back into the Bloodstone.
The Yule's now or crit. That is a big upgrade for the Dark Willow.
And we haven't seen a kill on some time. As EG, it's hard to gank any of their heroes.
Yeah.
It's been 5 minutes since we've seen.
Pushing 10 here. Liquid still holding that slight net worth lead. But you can see they're beginning to form up. They want to be able to take some objectives. They're looking to take that off lane tower maybe. Right now it's just the bounty runes. I mean, you were okay with Liquid slowing down the pace earlier. Are you still fine with that?
I think once you take the Roshan, once you get the BKBs out, then you should just start taking fights nonstop.
Okay. And they're just going to be super aggressive at that point in time. Just headlong into fights, feeling that they're much stronger.
Matu is going for the Hex, by the way.
Okay.
Straight in. I sort of think he needs BKB, but I think he's realizing the problem that his team has. And look at S4. He plays with zero fear.
Turns around, Halberd, but you're absolutely right. He Shikuchi's onto the creeps just to get some more damage out there. Always knows he's got a time-lapse away.
It's going to be so hard for them to lock down both the Storm and this Weaver the later this game goes. And if either of them get linkage, you can forget about it. Which is why I think the Halberd build also has a lot of flexibility and value here. Being able to blink Halberd Hex in case they do get linkage eventually.
Right. It's
a good item against the Ursa and the Storm.
Between kiting the Ursa and then being able to Halberd him, feels like they can really neuter Arteezy's damage in these team fights. We still need that initiation. The Aegis gonna be wearing out soon here. But again, side lane pushes, they just haven't been able to deal with them. It's always a Weaver, it's always an Ursa, and this time Arteezy is actually gonna go for a kill. Managed to take down Kuro. Now Fly's gonna die to both the Chaos Knight as well as the Wisp. They relocated in for that one.
Both heroes with no escape abilities. Just get caught. And this is going to be the dance that both teams play. I feel like EG is just going to continue to dare Liquid to try to take fights, chase them around the map. If this Weaver continues to play this bottom side, then Matoma Man won't feel comfortable leaving.
BKB for S4. He thought about it earlier, went for the Maelstrom, knowing that, again, felt like he kind of had a free game, no real threats on the board for him. They're going to delay BKB. Arteezy's going to be picked up. Couldn't blink out of that one. Finally, they get a good initiation in on one of these cores that is just pushing in the side lanes non-stop. Finally, Liquid might be able to do something with that. Sumail is trying to push in the mid lane. They're going to go for the kill onto the Enchantress. Mind Control TP'd in for this one. Does have the Force Staff, trying to get away from the Dark Willow. Scared of the Bedlam, as he should be, while his allies are going to go for that tier 1 atop Matamba Man. It's going to make sure they have enough team fight that Evil Geniuses will not challenge.
Yeah, and S4 just going to trade towers here. Going to grab this tier 2. Does get multicasted up, but gets it in the end as Liquid. You take what you can get.
Kuro, he thought he could put himself in front. He thought he was the big tanky support, but maybe he's right. Actually, turn around, multicast runs into the Shikuchi. And S4 calls it a day. Now mid lane, Mind Control takes a lot of damage with the Orchid on him, but Sumail, he's now low on mana, will be able to get up the hill a little bit, but now he's completely out. He's relying on his bottle. Bottle coming up in 2 seconds time, but Mind Control will be able to get the slow on him now. Crit's gonna come in for the Terrorize, does manage to get off, but the Infinite Shot comes in first. Now it's gonna be Mind Control maybe dying. Arteezy comes in with a BKB. They take apart the Enchantress. GH is gonna fall as well. With the Yule Scepter and the Cursed Crown combination placed on Matamba Man, he's not going anywhere either, so it may have cost him his life, but it was a good trade-off for Evil Geniuses in the end.
And it costs so much for them to just go in for that Storm. Arteezy over the top with Crit's help. And they're going to grab this tier 1 tower mid. And this is where EG's lineup is going to start to get really good. As you have to overcommit if you're on the side of Liquid to get any of these kills. And with the tier 2 tower down at bottom taken, if S4 hides in that area the entire time, he can just continue to pressure that, and all the Roshans of this game will be in EG's favor as Kuro claps it off.
I'm not sure if that was probably the moment that Arteezy blew a BKB to kill him. I'm guessing Kuro was probably okay with that trade-off. This last trade-off, though, probably not so happy. Evil Geniuses being able to take that mid tower. Still, though, EG is not up. That net worth is still less than 1K, and Liquid still plenty of team fight power. They're closing in on the Chaos Knight, getting his level 3 Phantasm. That is a really big upgrade as well. If he can finish off the Heart, I feel like that's one of the peaks for Chaos Knight.
Yeah, there's 2 ways to deal with lineups that split push you. Either A, you get these hexes, these blink hexes to be able to instant jump. Because once you get the blink hex, you can get the relocate on top of another hero, grab the kill. And the other way is become so tanky that it doesn't matter. And that's what Liquid are trying to do to deal with this sort of split style from EG. But EG, I feel like if you take the tier 2 tower atop, it's going to be really hard for Liquid to defend these Roshans.
Yeah.
And Matamba Man might just get caught here. He does have a blink dagger, and that's why they're not immediately taking the jump on him, waiting for the rest of the heroes to come around as Sumail, trying to make this not so obvious.
But at the same time, Liquid are going for a smoke with their Wisp Chaos Knight. The smoke's gonna pop. Sumail immediately jumps out. Picks up the Illusion Rune. BKB now for Mind Control. S4 is going to continue the pressure onto this top lane, seeing that the tier 2 is so low. He knows Liquid is going to be forced into some sort of reaction. Matamba Man and Mind Control together are going to try and put a stop to this push.
Gets outside that range, the tower falling really low, and Mind Control just going to deny it straight up, as everybody from Liquid rotated here for this. And this is just going to force EG to do more of the same, split the map, continue to frustrate Liquid.
Look at Arteezy, just immediately running to the bottom half of the map. S4 always positions himself kind of where the most dangerous lane to push in is.
He should. He's got Shakuchi to work with, he's got a BKB, it's so hard for him to die. He's going to go for the Lincolns next. He understands that survivability is the name of this game. If they can outlast Liquid in these team fights.
And that's why Liquid desperately need that Scythe of Ice from Matamba Man. He is going to pick up the first item. He does have 2,700 gold, so he can get the Mystic Staff if he wants. So he's getting there.
Yeah, I'd like to see Crit. Oh,
maybe he's going to be picked off here by Miracle. Slowed down. Thinks about the Chain Frost. Finally does let it go, but it doesn't go anywhere. Well,
Liquid. Roshan's up.
Is Crit just chilling out, waiting for... See if there's like some sort of support that walks into the jungle or something?
I thought he was going to cut the wave.
Yeah, I thought so too.
But instead, he's just going to chill around this area as Liquid immediately go into this Roshan pit. If you can't force fights around the towers, the best thing that you can do as a team that's struggling to catch anybody is to go for the objectives like Roshan.
Yeah. And it seems like Evil Geniuses don't really care too much. I'm sure they know with the bottom lane actually hitting the tier 3 that Liquid is elsewhere, and they're probably doing Roshan. Sure enough, you're right. Crit does go for the cut on the creep wave.
This is all EG should do right now. Send heroes to cut waves, delay the timer, make it so that the Roshan isn't effective, then split up and get kills. Is Curl going to run into
this? It's going to be one of those opportunities for a kill. Trying to get a fast one under Curl. Now see if they can get out before Liquid can do anything about him. Matamba actually got himself a little stuck here.
And with the 4-on-5, maybe they actually take this fight here. Here comes the jump.
Sumail already managed to get the silence onto the Chaos Knight, preventing him from being able to do anything, but then it's just going to be the first life. But already, it's going to be the Venom Enter down as well. Arteezy goes for the TPL with the BKB. The physical damage, though. Got the stun from Kuro as well. Didn't get the opportunity to TP fast enough.
Still, 3 kills and the buyback. Not bad at all by EG.
Yeah, the Aegis down as well for Miracle. He does have that heart, though. Long jump out onto my control, passes through him, tries to get some more. BKB activated though. Sumail low on mana once again. We've seen this story before, but S4 with BKB trying to go for the kill into mind control, but the heal, it just seems to be too much. Now with the extra alpha crit, they will be able to get the kill. S4 just needs to make sure he can get out. He's gonna pop the time lapse. Oh, he actually got hit by the stun. Terrorize coming in though. Nice dodge with the Phantasm. Miracle looks for the kill into S4, but can't quite do it. It's Fly with the force tap who saves him, and Crit comes in from the side. Executes Kuro. 4 dead now from Liquid.
And Liquid right now are being pulled apart. EG doing such a good job of not giving them the straight 5-on-5 fight that they want. They always take it a weird angle. They try to get the jump first, pick off a hero. Liquid, they're playing very reactively here, trying to take what they can get, but the opportunities, they don't last for very long.
Another force stab, trying to get Sumail out of the way here. Miracle almost had him. Instead, it's going to have to go for the support in Fly. But the Rulers, they're all by themselves. They're immediately going to go for the IO first, making sure that he doesn't get the opportunity to save the Chaos Knight's life. Now, Miracle is going to have to run his way back. He's got the BKB, so should not be pursued.
S4 pursuing upwards.
It
There
just
is a
seems to
sentry
be-
and a ward here for them.
S4 not going to get caught just yet. Maybe Miracle can find something else. Arteezy. They do the Sun. The range went out first, though. Poison Nova's going to come in. Terrorize is out. Does manage to get a fear on the two of them. They're going to got a missile. He won't be able to get out of this one. Controlled up. He will die. And now it's going to be the silence onto Matumba Man. They're going to try and chase him down. Arteezy. They need to stop his Blink Dagger as soon as possible. But maybe S4 by himself is going to go for the kill. Matumba Man. Kuro slows him down a little bit more. Crit comes in. Curse Crown into the Yule Scepter. Almost an instant stun as he comes back down to earth. And he's just food for evil geniuses.
And even though it's only a 2k lead for EG, you can sense that the team fights, they're not going to get easier as the game goes on for Liquid, as they just go for mind control at bottom lane. Arteezy has the blink, runs into the Ogre stun. He's going to enrage this off.
Another enrage in S4. It's just able to constantly play so much in the enemy space, and it's forcing certain things out of Liquid that they just don't want to be using here. A tier 2 now going to go down. Evil geniuses have taken every outer tower on the map.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
This bottom lane, the tower is getting taken pretty quickly as S4 time lapses backwards. We'll just get out. And here comes the Longston.
With Arteezy and Sumail, they immediately go for the... Oh, quite get him. They do get the force staff away on the Enchantress.
Dire's top tower.
They've gotten the kill there. Maybe they could have killed the tier 3. Instead, they'll just have to control the map. It's a 4,000 gold lead right now for Evil Geniuses. Liquid, though. I mean, it seems like they still can win in a team fight. They just aren't getting any of those team fights.
In a straight 5-on-5 team fight, I think they can still win. But the problem is that EG never gives them the straight 5-on-5. They try to jump one hero with the Storm or the Ursa, and Liquid tries to react a little bit too late to save a hero, but by that time they've already lost a hero. They're approaching a 4-on-5 fight.
Matumba Man almost jumped again. Instant Yule's coming out. Crit's going to be slowed down.
Maybe they get Crit here. This would be a pretty big pickoff. He's got the Aeon hit.
In. They actually spotted Fly, so they're going to go for that easier kill, pulling back in with the Reality Rift. Now, they do have a decent Frost Nova, but that doesn't do much.
And they lost mind control during that. This is what I'm talking about. They'll trade this every single day.
Dire are scanning.
Now Liquid.
He might have just jumped a little bit.
Terrorize going to come in. BKB activated by Miracle. He's going to stay on top of Arteezy. Actually gets out of the Gale, but still GH comes in, helps Miracle to be able to claim the life of the bear. S4, as always, will be able to escape. But with 2 dead, can Liquid finally start pushing down a lane? Can they take an objective? They pop the Phantasm for that, so they want to get more than just a kill on Arteezy.
S4 going to be a nuisance to them and send them back. And this is what's always going to reset the fight for them as
Jump
the jump
in by
comes.
Sumail into mid lane. Just jump TPO.
Here I am.
The Illusions are going to push out this top lane.
Radiant's
You
middle
can see that
tower
EG,
is under attack.
Let the fun begin.
they should be able to sense that they are ahead in this game.
Scythe though, finally, Liquid. They can get some hard initiation and might just be able to catch some of these heroes from Evil Geniuses that have been frustrating them so much with their split pushing. And once they do that, once they get 1 or 2 pickoffs, then maybe they can finally get the 5-on-5s if they really want. EG will be a bit slow. Of course, S4 was already prepared for it. He has the Lincolns, so he'll be one of the few who can continue fearlessly head into Liquid's side of the map.
And the good news for Liquid is that Miracle is still absurdly farmed. He's the highest net worth in this game.
Yeah.
By 2,000 gold. Got all the tank ability. He's got his own form of initiation with the Blink Dagger.
He's done a very good job of keeping up. Especially since it feels like Liquid has less control of the map than EG.
Yeah, the question right now for EG is, can you just keep this game going? People can't really get picked off. Arteezy, I felt like, got a little bit too over-eager as top lane S4. Got to be careful here. They have a way to disable that Lincoln. And Matama, man, he's looking for it.
He managed to get the Scythe device on S4. This is going to be a big time to go for the Terrorize. No! Infinite shot from Mind Control is the last bit of damage needed. He's dead for 80 seconds with no buyback. Now Liquid. Now they can push out the side lanes. Now they can actually go and see if they can force a fight on Evil Genius' side of the map. It's going to start with a relocate. See if they can get another pickoff onto Fly. And as always, Fly is going to be, well, he actually does get out this time. With 4 step into the high ground, he's good. Looks like that Reality Rift just put our Chaos Knight in the wrong side
He's
of
going
the
for
river.
it right now. Solo kill attempt.
Try to get a fast kill onto the Venomancer, force him into the Nova with a jump in from Sumail. Together, that is some serious firepower.
He's just getting so farmed right now. 20 Bloodstone charges, Sumail.
Gold and sweet.
And he just keeps on going for those super long zips. Doing so much damage. Finds a haste rune. GH, okay. GH won't be able to nab that one. And with the Orchid on him, won't be able to escape either. Liquid kind of forming on the high ground here, but it's not a fight they want to take.
And that's 2 heroes down.
Evil Geniuses. Man, the moment you thought with that Scythe device, you know, the pickoff on S4, it's like, all right, you've seen Liquid just slowly but surely losing more and more ground to Evil Geniuses, but then right back at you. It's going to be Crit and Sumail getting that pickoff onto the Venomancer.
As Sumail just continues to deal with these waves. And Liquid, they have to be hating this game right now. It does not feel like their future is in their control.
Yeah.
They just have to wait for EG to make mistakes if they're going to get back into this game. Arteezy did overexert himself by going for that jump on a Kuro earlier. They need more moments like that. EG, if you play it safe, you wait for this next Roshan, you give the Aegis to Sumail, it's going to be so hard to bring him down twice. They're going to go for the smoke. They anticipate the fight first. Sumail, he's ready.
Mind Control, maybe caught. They do have the Invisible Blade onto Arteezy.
The long zip over the
Big
top.
controlled long jump in from Sumail looking for more. Kuro trying to get away with his Glimmer Cape. The Dual Scepter placed onto Miracle. Will not pop the Phantasm. He's not too afraid, especially because Mind Control with the buyback is forcing Evil Geniuses away. EG's happy. They force something out of Liquid. Get out, losing nothing in return.
They did have to use the BKB, though, on the Ursa. This is going to make them a little bit more tentative as Roshan is up.
Oh, that's true. That could really help if Liquid, having used that buyback, they want to be able to get something for it. I'll see that Roshan's up now.
They're going to run into Arteezy here. I don't know if they have the damage as he pops the Enrage.
Rage trying to jump away. Reality Rift, pull back, turns around, does manage to get the Abyssal Blade hit onto Miracle. Now at the mid lane, they're also going for Kuro, but Arteezy is the much bigger bounty. They will be able to get it again to Terrorize. Not there in time. Crit tries to get some damage onto GH, but has to play careful against Mind Control. Arteezy down, S4 immediately trying to push out all the lanes. But Liquid can go for Roshan and see if Evil Geniuses are willing to blow a buyback on the Ursa to stop it from happening.
Yeah, that top lane is not in good enough position to force Liquid back, and they're going to take down this Roshan pretty quickly here. As Miracle, 5-6 slotted up. Just going to hit this with this Reality Rift. What's the response? As Sumail jumps in, the buyback from the Ursa.
Device, they can turn on it, but he gets a force Snap out of the pit. Miracle has now popped the Phantasm, won't be able to get anything for it. Smail jumping back in, does manage to get the win and blows him up pretty easily. RTZ in the front line, already taking on, managed to finish off the Enchantress. Miracle's gonna be up next, but they see GH. GH tethered in, and now he's gonna be caught. Immediately, they go through. The chase goes down, 5 seconds till RTZ's gonna go down for it. He's going for him. RTZ said S4 can't get the damage out. GH is away. S4 now gonna have to let Sumail jump in immediately. Side the vice once again. He keeps on trying to get in there. 4 seconds left. The terrorize. Crit saving Sumail. Now Liquid on the run. Miracle trying to get out, but Sumail bouncing around him. It's a 1 versus 3. Miracle needs to be able to grab somebody here. 4 seconds on S40. He has to crit him. 1,000 damage. Crit turning, looking at Sumail. Not sure where he wants to go. Now orking it up. Can't do anything. GH couldn't save him either. Crit drops low. GH will get away a buyback now from Miracle. He wants to come back into this fight. He sees how low Evil Geniuses is. He'll find Crit first. Fortunately, Sumail had enough mana to be able to get away, but Fly, bit by bit, the Chaos Knight is coming. He wants to be able to find him. He's getting really out of position here, though. But now he's going to be slowed down. Chivas, Miracle. He's deep into Evil Genius' side of the map. But now Sumail, he actually gets the 3 seconds done. Miracle gets the but no, he jumps away, trying to get out. Miracle has one more reality ring. Finally does manage to spot him. Sumail jumps a little bit farther. 1 hit. That's all he needs. It's the bolt that claims him. Miracle dies, but he does manage to get the kill onto Sumail first.
And Crit in the back lines does pick up GH, who is desperately trying to make it to his buddy. And now it's EG. That fight so hectic. Both teams losing a significant amount of gold, but they come out ahead with heroes at the very least. The Enchantress about to respawn, same with the Venomancer.
Evil Geniuses will have a minute. They know that. There's no buyback on Miracle and GH. So they can wait until Sumail and RTZ are back up, and it'll be a 3 versus 5 for a full minute.
As the jump in comes on Akuro.
Even worse, Crit. Trying to go for the Ogre. Again, Glimmer Cape and Force Staff always saving these heroes from. Now the jump in from Matumba Man. Managed to get the Poison Nova. He immediately gets the Gale as well onto Crit. He's taking so much damage, but now the Chain Frost bouncing onto the creeps. The Terrorize as well. They managed to control up Matumba Man with the Curse Crown as well. S4 looking to be able to get that kill. Crit eventually takes out, but now the jump in from Sumail. He finishes off Matumba Man. Looks for more. S4, he's got to get out of here. He's halberded up. BKB, no time lapse away. He's dead as well. Liquid. They don't need the buybacks of the Chaos Knight and the Wisp, but they will have to give up on Aegis, Cheese, and a Refresher Shard.
That's going to be the big grab for them, as EG, they were just trying to buy time for that Roshan attempt to happen. That was why all the buybacks were expended in the first place. But Liquid not going quiet into this night. They are still the defending champions. A lot of pride here for them.
Status resistance, level 25 for the Ursa. It's going to make a big difference. As I'm sure the Chaos Knight was hoping to get those stuns, man. That kill, that turnaround by Miracle, being able to kill Sumail, absolutely massive. I mean, he massively overextended himself, though, in the first place.
It's because GH was coming, but Crit saw the spirits. You can barely see him, his ult finishing up.
Crit's just constantly trying to hunt GH every single time, right?
You see Sumail, he'll take that trade every single day of the week.
Now Liquid are full 5-man up, but thanks to the Aegis and all the other bounties of the Roshan kill, can't really do anything while S4 and Crit are still dead. So instead, they're just gonna switch out some of the lanes.
S4 bottom lane gonna get dealt with.
Yeah.
Here comes the win probability.
69% now. To the favor of Evil Geniuses. Liquid, though, in that last fight, I think they really proved that they can deal with the Storm Spirit. Thanks to the side device, I mean, 2 times they just answered Sumail. Unfortunately, they just didn't have the damage the first time he zipped in. As thanks to a really good Glimmer Cape and Force Staff out by Fly, Sumail was able to escape. But Liquid at least showed they have the tools available. But can they deal with an Aegis Storm? That is a dramatic difference.
Liquid, they've got a DD rune on Miracle. This is a huge pickup this late into the game. As you see how he can burst heroes down.
Bloodthorn now for Sumail.
See EG, even with the Aegis, they're still tentative to take this fight. Like you said, it's not as clean as they'd like it to be.
They're going
They might
for
just
it.
go for it. I
They
think
have the
take
double
this fight.
damage. They have the double damage on the Chaos Knight. That's why they want to do this. Even with the Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher Shard, and all the odds that should go in the favor of Evil Geniuses.
Look at this Invis rune, both sides eyeing it here. Miracle.
Miracle will take it. Evil Geniuses has spotted that. They're going to try and jump forward. Already got the Blood Orchid. Now immediately pops the Phantasm, tries to turn. Unable to get a stun on his team, but he will tease. He jumps forward, tried to go for mind control. Couldn't quite get it. Pulled away by the Refresher. Air Rise didn't really hit a whole lot, but he pops on Refresher. Does manage to get another round being raised with the BKB. A good Nova going out with the chain frost back around. Arteezy's already dead, but Tomaman's going to fall right after him. His crit tries to finish him off. You'll Scepter finally does manage to get it. S4 and Samael. Samael's running low on mana, but does still have that agent, so he's going to come back soon. But they need to get out. Curse Crown actually stunning the two of them together while Samael comes back up. He jumps away. It seems like the double damage was enough for Miracle. They took away the Aegis. That was not a bad fight for Liquid whatsoever.
No, it wasn't. And it starts because Miracle is just so hard to take down in the first place.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even think they should look at him.
Yeah, please
He's got
click
almost
this GH
6,000 HP.
He's got a heart on him, a Co-Scepter.
Jesus.
And they are not touching Miracle if this Wisp is alive.
And it's not like the others are easy to deal with either. Mind control with his untouchable. That's where Arteezy's already headed for every single time.
Arteezy immediately jumps on a GH. He thinks this is going to be a free kill, but that's a heart IO.
Yeah. And he's going to have a Disc up next. Jump in. They already got the combination on a GH. They're looking to be able to keep him stunned with the Cursed Crown. Curl trying to get a stun in somewhere. Miracle, though, is going to be able to have that BKB activated.
Still alive.
Ryan threatens Samael with just his physical damage. There goes the Terrorize, pushing back the two supports, but Miracle is still on those front lines. It's surprising how, despite not being able to stun the Storm Spirit, he just keeps on running at Storm, and it just puts physical damage onto him. Sometimes it's enough. It's enough to force Samael back.
And you see, once again, they try to go onto that GHIO. They're just not successful. And once he gets this Aeon Disc, it's not going to get any easier here. As Liquid, this is what I meant. You need to be able to brute force it. If you can't get the catch, it's your ability to just stand together as a 5-man. That'll win you this game.
And Samael's just he has to burn through so much mana trying to make sure he doesn't get stunned or anything, and he's just not putting a damage in.
He's going to need Arteezy with the jump. But they have to time this a lot better. When you go on GH, if he gets the Ghost Scepter off first, he'll never die. It'll take you way too long to get that kill. So somebody on their team needs to be able to get the Purge off. And that's why the Weaver, it's going to be his job with the Nullifier. S4 really needs this item. That'll be the next turning point for EG.
And the funny thing is, now they've got the relocate cooldown. Like, Liquid don't need to play on EG's side of the map so much. They could just kind of relocate out to these sidelines occasionally because it's always up. The heart for the Enchantress. Tank on tank on tank. And it's funny when the Venomancer is the squishiest one on the field. And yet he's got Halberd, Ghost Scepter, Hood. There's the relocate again, just to push out some of the side lanes.
Arteezy making his way down there, but he cannot kill anybody by himself. This is so problematic for his hero. The Ghost Scepters, the Hearts, the Hurricane Pikes. He jumps in a little bit too late.
The Nullifier will make a big difference once S4 has that one, but he's got to make sure he doesn't get caught first. Fortunately, with that super fast Shikuchi movement speed, he's going to pop the BKB as soon as Matumba Man threatened that Linken's.
EG 13k up. No DD rune or anything on the side of Liquid, so they're still hesitant to fight. But they see it at bottom lane. Mind control that grabs it. Does not want to risk anybody from EG grabbing that.
Yeah.
Over here now.
Miracle is now giving up his top net worth slot. That's going to be Samael, who's looking at an Aghanim Scepter. What do you think about that upgrade for the Storm Spirit?
I think it's fantastic against Liquid's lineup because they ball up together to try to take the fight.
Right.
That'll work against them once he gets the Ags.
He sort of jumps from Samael or just push out the creep wave?
I think once he gets the Ags and once they get the Nullifier, they should be looking to take team fights.
Right. That's still going to be a bit because everyone needs to make sure that they still have buyback even after they buy their items. Speaking of buybacks, the last one from Liquids is just about to come back up. That was Matumba Man's 5 minutes ago. He's working on a BKB now.
We've got the calm before the storm right now. As you're not going to see too many pickoffs. It's just usually going to be large-scale fights when it comes to lineups like this.
Yeah. And does that next fight happen around Roshan?
Yes. Both teams need the Aegis. Liquid needed to keep it away from the Storm Spirit.
Yeah. It's not necessarily the greatest on their team, but you keep like Storm Spirit's got to be the best to have it. Divine
that's a
Rapier.
Divine.
Okay.
Okay, Miracle says, I need to be able to just burst somebody.
Yes.
This is how you do it. Screw control. If you can just kill the side heroes on the side of EG, maybe this is how you get it done.
This is very interesting.
Yeah, it's not even a, they're not even really in a desperation position.
No.
This is playing to win.
I mean, this is also, like, no one wants to touch Miracle because he's so damn big. He is so tanky that he might as well just build up on his damage as much as possible. Who needs boots? You've got Reality Rift. You can pull the enemy to you.
Yeah, I think the best part about this too is he knows that GH is going to be the first target anyways.
Yeah.
So he's going to have plenty of time to get his damage off, as he's going to find an illusion rune.
And that's going to be super scary for all of Evil Geniuses, because he's also got the Reality Rift piercing the spell meter, so it's not even like a BKB, and just movement speed keeps them ahead of Miracle.
It's going to be Arteezy that has to be careful about this.
Yeah.
As he gets blown up in this game. So now it's going to be a question of who can take down who supports first.
For me, the biggest question is Miracle going to hit that big crit when he needs it?
I don't want to see. Okay, he does 1,700 damage with that crit. That is almost the entirety of S4's HP pull.
Ooh, man. Fortunately, everybody on this side of Evil Geniuses has a lot of armor, thanks to your boy Fly. And he's going to give a little bit of extra helping hands here with the level 25. I wonder if he's going to go reach in.
Well, Liquid right now, they're gathered around this Roshan pit. I think you might even want to give, you probably give the Aegis to Mind Control.
Yeah.
Give the cheese to GH as they're going to
Relocate
push out.
to pick up bounty runes. They are mega value right now.
Yeah, they give so much gold.
Stupendous.
Liquid have begun to get vision around that Roshan pit, and Roshan is coming up. 6 seconds. This is
by the
where
way,
things will finally come to a head.
the IO decided to go for the Spirit's damage. He has no interest in giving that Ags. There are fantastic heroes for him to give Ag Scepter bonus to.
Yeah.
But he understands, I'm not playing with any of you guys. I've linked up the buddy system. It's Miracle.
Miracle's not wanting to use Phantasm Hunting. So. Ward thrown into the Roshan pit. Liquid knows. I'm sure Evil Geniuses know as well.
Relocate. Maybe they set a trap here in EG. If they're fast enough, this is the Divine Rapier.
Here comes the jump in. They're going to try and blow up GH. If they can kill him, there's going to be no relocate. Well, with the Nullifier down, they will be able to take us on it. They're now going to be left alone with the Divine Rapier. He's dead. Liquid, no buyback on Miracle either. A smoke yank by Evil Geniuses. It doesn't happen at the Roshan pit.
They so
set
smart.
The trap.
They knew that Liquid anticipated them around that Roshan pit. That was such a genius play. Liquid thought they were going to take a Roshan fight. They were headed around the area. They went to deal with bottom lane. They figured that EG was going to be holed up in this top area. But EG, they went for the next level play. They thought ahead. And this is how you're going to win games against a team like Liquid.
Liquid's been doing this time and time again. They've been relocating to push out the side lanes. One of the problems was they needed that Nullifier to deal with Ghost Scepter of GH's. And a smoke up together. They find that Divine Rapier. Arteezy now has it. Miracle, head in his hands, knowing that they are in serious trouble now. 30,000 gold lead for Evil Geniuses after that exchange.
EG feeling it right now.
Refresher shard for Fly. He's got the Aghanim Scepter too. So we may be seeing double infinite bouncing chain cross on top of the Phantasm of the Chaos Knight, but he doesn't even have it yet.
Watch for Sumail. He's got the Aghanim Scepter. He wants the long zip. The Lich combo with it. And this could just end Liquid in game number 1. He's got the mana pool for it. The Clarity stacked up.
Nice
The Storm
scale in
looking for
by
the zip.
Matuma Man.
Here comes.
He's gonna pop it, but here comes the long jump in from Sumail, landing right on top of Matuma Man. Only gonna be able to pull in with the cursed ground. The chain's done. They take him out. He does have buyback though. And with Miracle coming back up as well, Evil Genius is gonna have to retreat here. They're completely slowed down. Miracle's gonna be able to grab him, turn around though. Here comes the Terrorize as well. BKB barely manages to go up. Miracle can go back in, especially with the Nova. He's gonna pull RTZ in. He knows that he's got RTZ down. He needs to be able to get that
RTZ's got the rapier.
Second life. Can RTZ get out of here instantly inside the bites? He's gonna be blown up. Sumail tends to pull off follow-up, but they're gonna get Frost coming in. It's about to get around. The BKB is activated as Liquid manages to split up. They take down Sumail too. It just keeps on staying on mind control and Matuma Man, but it doesn't matter. Liquid, they hold. They get that back. The Divine Rapier and S4. He almost got caught as well.
Oh boy, Miracle came in at the last second. The perfect timing.
Bottom shrine is under
And you
attack.
saw Matuma Man, he blinks away from the rest of his team. He drags that Chain Frost away.
Yeah. So fast. Liquid so fast on the reaction, seeing that Evil Geniuses just overextend themselves just a little bit. They see that Divine Rapier available.
And the buyout's coming in. GH going for the Aeon Disc. As S4, he's gonna run into him. He's got a DD rune.
He does have that nullifier. He's got to wait until he pops the Aeon Disc. So he won't be able to go for the kill.
Miracle gonna grab this tier 2 tower.
Radiant's
And I
middle
can't
tower
believe that
is
Liquid are
falling.
still in this game despite everything that had happened. No buyback on their CK. They lost their Rapier. They gave up Aegis Cheese and Refresher Shard, and they still managed to hold.
Evil Geniuses will not be forced into a buyback here. S4 is pushing in the bottom lane enough. Liquid are a bit too scared going high ground into the Storm Spirit. They're not even going to try it. We look back at that last team fight. See, the jump in just wasn't quite what Sumail imagined, and they blew so much. The BKBs, the Enrage, and he already got the slowdown. Combined with the buyback, Liquid were in such a strong space.
And Sumail running out of mana here. He made the long zip in. All he finds is the Veno. And if you look at Matuma Man, when the Chain Frost flies in, he just tanks it for the rest of his team.
And Fly is so slow that he can't get the immediate Chain Frost. He tries to run back in.
The 5-man zip pull.
Oh, that was so pretty.
And Matuma Man, he instantly splits from his team, takes both of them over with him.
Cold and sweet.
The presence of mind to be able to do that in that team fight.
Yeah.
But
We
Matuma
head
Man,
back.
he's happy.
We head back into what seems to be a very even game. Maybe a 16,000 gold lead for Evil Geniuses, but Liquid have proved that they can take a team fight against EG. And one team fight is all it takes at this point. S4 scouting out some of these heroes. Going to be spotted here. BKB activated, relocate coming in as well. He's got to get out. Matuma Man's trying to keep pace here, but he's too damn fast.
All the BKBs are low. Won't cost them too much. As Kuro, he's got to be careful here. GH gets gone on, but it's just a feint. They know that he is not an easy target. 3.8k health nearly on him.
Yeah.
Go Scepter, Aeon Disc.
A late bail for Crit. With all of this magic damage, hoping to be able to improve everybody else's. Matuma Man picks up a heart. He was one of the squishier ones, and that's why I think Sumail tried to go for him last time around to see if they could just take him out before the Poison Nova went down. Now it's going to be a lot harder. He already had the armor, now he's got the HP thanks to the heart.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
Liquid getting ran around once again. EG trying to calm themselves, reset the game a little bit. They must have been so confident about that bottom fight, especially once they grabbed Matuma Man and they had the Rapier on their hands. And this is where the game becomes a little bit tricky for them, because they know that the opportunity to lose the team fight still exists.
He's by himself. He has a Blink Dagger, managed to get away from Crit.
S4, he's on his way.
He does have a BKB as well. He needs to pop it, but he gets hit by the Nullifier first. Oh no! He is going to go down here. He does not have buyback. He's dead for 2 minutes.
This is your opportunity, EG. You have to go for it right now. Everybody gathered around this area. Sumail still has mana. No buyback on the Veno. Can Liquid hold again?
In a 4 versus 5, this is going to be so different. The Phantasm pops early here by Miracle. He does have the Blink Dagger. So everyone's got to be very nervous about that hard kind of initiation.
Looking for one hero, he finds
Jump in, Artesian gets on the BKB first. They still manage to line up with the Phantasm, manage to get a good pull off with the Chain Frost, but the Terrarium Rise as well. It's going to hold the two supports together where Miracle, he's getting torn apart by Artesian. He managed to get the kill thanks to the Bash. GH is going to die as well. He only has a buyback on the Miracle. Losing his Wish is going to cost him so much, and he doesn't have the Phantasm. He doesn't have the Divine Rapier. Evil Geniuses now control Liquid space. And S4 not even caring about mind control at this point. He's just going straight for the objectives. Sumail's gonna dip in. Doesn't really want to blow the BKB, throws out the Orchid. And they're just playing so scared even still.
Great.
It's now the jump in. They're gonna be able to get the Enchantress. A buyback there. But it's a 2 versus 5 in Evil Geniuses. Maybe after watching LGD try and go straight for the throne and fail, they will not do the same. They're going to try and go the super conservative route of just going for Megas. But now with the pick off onto the Enchantress, it could be big. The BKB activated first. Force that out. Mind control turning and fighting S4, forcing him to use that time lapse.
And they're still sticking around the area. There's no buybacks on their side. Miracle pops the
another BKB. Gonna be blown. RTZ looking for the Bash, trying to get it. Brambles also being laid down. The BKB lasts a little bit too long, but now the Terrorize off the pull in. Thanks to that negative step through the Chain Frost, bouncing back and forth. They are both dead. And that's it. Liquid, they have a buyback on the Wisp. Venomancer and Ogre are back up, but those are not the damage dealers, and that's why Liquid are gonna call it here. Game 1 will be taken by Evil Geniuses in 64 minutes.
A game by EG. They were so patient. That move they made towards that bottom lane